You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
Yo. You're in the mix.
World's finest, man.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mixmaster is live. Get ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big boss. JB the Tech. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that green.
Waking you back up in 2024. I'm back on the line with you. My main man, Ron, third down, best bets is live in studio. You know what time it is. What's up, Ron?
What's going on, brother?
JP the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express back at you live, 107.1 FM KSHP here in Las Vegas. Back to give you some grease. Easy early Saturday college football talk included with that. We're telling you where the money is this morning. Again, go to my website, jbtheticket.com. I got all of the picks ready for you. You guys know in the new year, you got to pay for the picks, people. You got to put the cash in my pocket, okay? I gave you grease for an entire year. 2023, Ron, third down best bets. 62% all year with his picks, guys. You can't beat it. Talk to him a little bit, Ron, about your new pick package on jbtheticket.com. Go ahead.
Yeah, come check it out if you want to be a winner, man. I got all those picks waiting for you, and I'm just dying to share with everybody.
And guess who else I got on the line with me? My main man, Ronnie B. from Las Vegas and jbtheticket.com. Chief Handicapper back on the line with me. Good morning, Ronnie B. How you doing?
Good morning from Vegas. Sunny out today. I like that.
That's right. Sunny out today, money out today, and we're going to tell you where it is, so you guys keep it locked here with me, JB the Ticket and Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're getting the money back in 2024. Time to kick in the dough, get paid.
You're listening to the boss of the big board. JB the Tech. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease. Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
It's time to wake up and win the weekend. You're listening to the boss of the big board. JB the Tech. Giving you that grease. Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time for the live action on Vegas Scoreboard Express on KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Dive into the game day with my in-depth analysis, expert predictions, and winning plays from the sharpest minds in sports betting. It's more than just placing bets. It's about securing wins. Head over to jbtheticket.com and be sure to tune in to KSHP this weekend from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time to ride the winning wave with VSX. Tune in and get your money back from the sports book. All money, all sports, no bull. Missed the live show? Subscribe to Vegas Scoreboard Express on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast and video listening.
Yo. You're in the mix.
World's finest.
You're listening to the boss of the big board. JB the Tech. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Yes, we're going absolutely bananas here. VSX, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. I am waking you up this morning. It's 2024. You told me it was too early. I moved it down to 8 o'clock for you. Lock in on the dial with me. We're trying to get paid. JB the Ticket. My main man, Ron, third down, best bets, back on the line with me. He's in studio. He earned his seat live in the studio. Ron, tell him a little bit about what you had to do to get here. Go ahead.
Man, it was a journey getting here. Came from Oxnard and just had a lot of stuff in my way, but I am here and I ain't going nowhere.
There you go. Grease on the line with you. And I got him back on the line with me here, Ronnie B. Las Vegas, chief handicapper. Guy picked 58% last year. He put money in your pocket, and he intends to do it again this year, 2024, jbtheticket.com. You got to pick up those pick packages, people. That's where you're going to get paid. Ronnie B. here in Las Vegas. Talk to him about your brand new pick offerings this morning. You can tell I'm hyped, man. I was in here working out. I told you I got the new production. Check it out over at pixabay.com. Got some new music. Breaking it down for you each and every morning. So, Ronnie B., you had a great year last year picking 58%, 57.5% when I did the math, but we'll give you the extra hook. How do you feel that you're going to be able to do today in this NFL Saturday? Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's 2 games. 3 teams are needing the game. 1 team doesn't. So there's a chance to make some money here. I got a couple of different stats, and we're going to put it up on the site. And for $19.99, you can get it. Just go to the website, jbtheticket.com, Ronnie B. And I got one that I really, really like on there today.
I'm telling you, we got a couple of picks on the website. Again, you got to go to jbtheticket.com to get the picks. But we're going to go ahead and jump into the analysis today because that is what we're known for, giving you the grease, giving you the breakdown and the analysis. But again, in 2024, the picks are only at jbtheticket.com. You got to get over to jbtheticket.com if you want to put that cash in your price. It's only $19.99, people, maximum of $24.99. You can't beat it, and we're putting cash in your pocket. So let's talk about this first NFL game today. 2 teams that we know, one is going to the playoffs, the other one kind of has to go. Ron, third down, best bets. Again, thank you so much for being in studio this year. I'm going to throw this one over at you to get started. We got the 2 Rons here, Ron, but nobody is a con. 4-6-7, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to give your hats off to head coach Mike Tomlin. This man has kept these guys relevant.
Yeah.
Their playoff possibilities are kind of right there. They've won by committee. I think every team on the team has won something. Defense, special teams, the offense, as we know with their quarterback play, hasn't been that great. But like I said before, coming into today's game, they've got a chance to go 10-7 and maybe lock up that extra wild card. But they've got the Baltimore Ravens in front of them, who surprisingly today are at home and in a dog position because with them clinching the playoffs under Coach Harbaugh, again, those Harbaugh brothers are on top of the football world. We'll be talking some college football in the second half. My main man, Troy West from Seattle, Washington, going to be breaking it down with you. The National Championship coming to you this Monday. Check it out on Fubo TV. Go to jbtheticket.com. Click that Fubo TV link and watch the game free 7 days later. After you win, pay for your subscriptions, cheaper than cable. So the Baltimore Ravens are on third down, best bets. They're not playing a lot of their starters. They're not playing a lot of their key players today. Only a +3 dog. Do you think that there's any chance for their backup? Again, this has been the year, the backup quarterback in the NFL. For all intents and purposes, we are kind of seeing a growth of a second generation here of backups that get more playing time because the quarterback position is so important. But what are your thoughts on this game? Go ahead.
Well, Baltimore is going to pretty much cruise. They want to stay healthy, get ready for the playoffs, but this is a rivalry game. They don't like each other, so anytime that's involved, you're going to have 2 teams just gutting it out. I mean, Pittsburgh's in more dire shape. They need this game. So Baltimore, they want to stay healthy. That's the key. Tyler Huntley's a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but he should be able to get him through this game without turning the ball over too much. And they have too many weapons sitting out. But Pittsburgh is really in desperate need of this game. I think we're going to see a hell of an effort from Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers, again, Mike Tomlin's got them clicking on all cylinders, trying to get that playoff spot. Moving over to you, Ronnie B., jbtheticket.com, chief handicapper, rotation number 468. The Baltimore Ravens not starting a lot of players today. When you look at it from a scoring perspective, they've got a live total right now at 34.5. I know you've got a totals play on the website, jbtheticket.com, but talk to me about what you think the offense is going to do. Basically second string offense for Baltimore going against first string offense for Pittsburgh. Do you think there's going to be some points scored today? I mean, I'm kind of looking at this from a perspective of similar to what Ron said. The Ravens want to stay healthy. They want to get into the playoffs with their key components. Again, Lamar Jackson. They've even got Odell Beckham Jr. kicking around back there, trying to pick up another ring. But when you go from the perspective of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to try to do everything they can to get that wild card spot. And from that perspective, do you think their offense will be a little improved today from the offensive perspective? Pittsburgh. Go ahead, Ronnie B.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think their offense is going to be a little better. It has picked up with Mason Rudolph. His passer rating is 115, which is very good compared to the average in the NFL. So they are going to play to win. Both sides are going to play to win, though. All these guys that come out, even the backups, they're professionals. And you got two coaches, Harbaugh and Tomlin. They don't want to lose to each other. And I got a stat that we'll talk about here at the end, but this is going to be a very competitive game no matter who's on the field. Neither team is going to lay down, and the talent's going to show on both sides of the ball. So
now, when you talk about the Pittsburgh, yes, I know you're talking about talent, but from the quarterback perspective, on the Pittsburgh side, Kenny Pickett didn't play against Seattle, okay? He's got those second-year jitters, but he's going to be the backup to Mason Rudolph today, and we've seen it a few times here in the NFL, even here in Las Vegas, where the starter becomes the backup, and for the rest of the season, again, today being the last day, Week 18. Saturday NFL, go to FuboTV.com/JB or JBTheTicket.com. Get your Fubo TV package, people. You talk about it, Mason Rudolph, starter for today. Could you possibly see Pickett come in if the offense started to sputter? Go ahead, Ronnie B.
I don't believe you will. I believe Rudolph will have a decent game. He's been throwing at 68%, which is a little higher than Mr. Pickett. He's played well in the last two games with no mistakes and putting up the points. So I really don't believe that they'll sit him, even if the game is close, or unless he blows up and has a couple interceptions and then Tomlin gets a little itchy finger. But I still think Rudolph will play a good game and stay in the game the whole game.
Now, going back to the defensive side of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ron, third down best is going to you. T.J. Watt, tied for the league, 17 sacks. He's a force. Do you think he's going to be playing more than 30% of the snaps today from the defensive side? Because when you mention the total here, starters, secondary, second string starters, and that's kind of where you're looking at it with the perspective of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have all of their players available. It's a rivalry game. It's on the road, not too far away. You just take I think it's like the I-85 East or something like that. But anyway, when you look at it from the defensive side of the ball, Minkah Fitzpatrick's got some knee issues. They've got some issues with Trenton Thompson, just a little bit banged up on the defensive side for the Steelers. Do you think that could possibly affect their ability to stop the offensive play calling of the Ravens? Because while they may have different personnel, many of these guys do have in-season experience this season. And of course, they're still having Jim Harbaugh on the sideline with his, play calling and motivation abilities. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Minkah Fitzpatrick's going to play today, which he doesn't have an interception this year, and it's the first time in his career. So wouldn't be surprised to see one today. T.J. Watt is going to be there every play he can play. He's like Max Crosby. All out, every play, never stops, and that's what you need. And I think he'll play every day, every play, and he's going to tear up some Baltimore today. Big
Talking
time.
about those Baltimore Ravens. Again, rotation number. We're jumping into it. 468 here. The Baltimore Ravens again at home, +3. Going up against those Pittsburgh Steelers, rotation number 467. The money line is a 145 for the Ravens. The money line for the Pittsburgh Steelers is -165, and we can tell you where to get that money over at jbtheticket.com. Go to jbtheticket.com. Pick up your pick packages today, people. We are going to be here for you until game time to lock and load with you and get you where you want to be. So before I jump into this short commercial break, guys, quick shout out from each of you in the new year. Go ahead and tell them where they can get those pick packages. Go ahead. Ronnie B., Las Vegas, you go first.
All right, my friends, you go to jbtheticket.com, punch in Ronnie B. You'll get my pick daily for $19.99.
$19.99, Ronnie B. And then Ron, third down best bets. I know you got some new social media, man. Give it out. Tell people where they can find you. You're now here in Vegas. They can go back to our old shows last year and see how many picks and pay packages that you gave away for free, but this year, got to put that cash in your pocket. Go ahead.
Well, I'm also available on jbtheticket.com. I'm now on Twitter at RaiderHawk001. I'm also at Instagram at RaiderHawk1, and you can even get me on Facebook if needed.
There you go, Ron, third down pass bet. So when I get back from this short commercial break, guys, we're going to be bringing you more grease, the second game of the day, giving you the analysis that can help you make the decision, or if you want those easy answers, go to my website, jbtheticket.com, and going to be having him stop by the big board, my main man, Troy West from TroyWins.com. Keep it locked here. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the football. JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Basketball season is heating up, so stay in the game with Fubo TV. Get the NBA, NCAA, FIBA, and more. Get 7 days free at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled. Get Fubo TV.
As a 3-time international award-winning restaurant, Joe's New York Pizza uses only the freshest and best available ingredients. From giant slices of hand-tossed pie to calzone, strombolis, fingers, and wings, Joe's serves all your favorites. Stop in for a slice at one of their 2 Las Vegas locations at Paradise and Harmon or South Las Vegas Boulevard, or you can check out their menu at joesnewyorkpizzalv.com.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
Yo, you're in the mix.
World's finest, man.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
Back on the line with you, JP the Ticket. Ron, third down best bets here live in the KSHP studios. Las Vegas, 107.1 FM, AM 1400. Coming back to you with that brand new grease, a new taste, new funk, new groove, new cash here on Vegas Scoreboard Express every Saturday and Sunday morning now, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. You guys told me I was too early. I said I'm going to come on just a little bit later, but I got to get you before game time so you can put those cashes in your pocket. Go to jbtheticket.com, pick up my pick packages, but I've also got a special guest on the line with me here today, all the way from Seattle, Washington, talking some football with us, Troy West from TroyWins.com. Good morning to you, Troy. How you doing?
JB, happy Saturday. Good to talk to you guys. Good morning, Las Vegas, and happy to be on the show, brother.
I'm so glad to have you back again. Happy New Year to you. Troy West, if you go to TroyWins.com, he was another winner. This is documented. 63% for 2023. How did you do it, man? I saw you do it live. We hung out in the casino, went over to Circa, went over to Venetian. Again, if you guys follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket, you'd have saw some of my stories. I saw you do it live, man. This guy's dropping 5-figure bets on picks that he was given on our show. And most importantly, this year, he's going to make sure he has them on TroyWins.com for you. You got to get over to TroyWins.com. If you think JB the Ticket and the crew aren't going to give you the grease, but of course, we're going to give you the grease. He's one of our contributors, so when you support him, you support us. Go to TroyWins.com, pick up those pick packages. Again, last year, 63%. You were putting cash in people's pocket. We want to talk a little bit of NFL today, get some of your analysis, some of your thoughts. Week 18 in the NFL, we made it. Everybody is alive. I don't think too many players went to jail this year. Nothing really crazy went on. You know what I mean? You know, it is what it is. Gearing up for the big game here in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. Too bad the Raiders are out of contention yet again. I gave them a lot of grease to get started this year. I didn't know that this would happen. I said you got to win 3 out, guys. But nevertheless, they got 2 out of the 3. Talking about this rotation number in another matchup here, playoff implications, 469. This is a late night Saturday game, 8:15 p.m., 5:15 p.m. The Houston Texans, -2.5, -135. The total's 47. And the Indianapolis Colts, rotation number 470. Indianapolis at home, +2.5, +115. Of course, I still got him on the line with me, too. Ronnie B. Las Vegas, JBTheTicket.com, Chief Handicapper. Ronnie B, don't fall in your coffee there because we're going to be bringing you into this conversation as well. But I want to start with you first, Troy. When you look at the Houston Texans and what they've been able to do with C.J. Stroud, I think he's safe to say the offensive rookie of the year, unless someone's out of their mind. 9-7 today. 9-7 is the total wins and losses for both teams against the spread. Kind of similar. You got Houston at 500, 8-8. Indianapolis a little bit better at 9-7. But in my opinion, two evenly matched teams. You've got a dynamic rookie going up against the Minshew Magic. You know, he's been playing the NFL for quite some time now. He's got experience, but he still hasn't solidified himself as one of the true starters in the NFL. But this year he got his chance when Anthony Richardson went down. So talk to me about some of the analysis that you see here. I'll go ahead and say from the Houston Texans side, because being a road team today, they have to win this to even get a sniff of their wild card position, if you will. And by them winning, it could make some moves and changes maybe for Tampa Bay. Got some implications down there for the New Orleans Saints. What do you see in this game, Troy? And then, of course, these guys will be able to get your pick over at TroyWins.com. Go ahead.
A lot of line movement, right? I mean, I think Colts opened up as a favorite in this one. Now they're 2.5-point dog at home, which has got me scratching my head a little bit. I think the Colts are actually the more complete team. Jonathan Taylor's healthy right now. They're starting to play good football. And you got the Houston Texans coming in, playing a little bit sloppy. Stroud obviously got hurt and was out a little bit. He's a little bit rusty. I know they looked a little bit better last game, but I'm actually genuinely shocked to see the Colts as a home dog here. I just think the Colts are the better football team. I'm going, like I said, I know you don't want the official pick, but I just think the Colts are the better team here, and they're at home. They can run the football. I'm not taking anything away from Stroud. He's been outstanding all year long. He really has. But, man, I like Gardner Minshew. He's been flying under the radar. He's a good quarterback, can make all the throws. He's still not getting any credit. I think the Colts are a good bet here at home.
Well, I mean, Troy's giving you a free one. That's how they do it at TroyWins.com. Anyway, you got to go to his website, get him on the email list. We have a free pick as well. Go to the website. But again, I'm pushing it heavy because last year you guys asked for it. Some of you guys were sleeping, didn't support it. I'm going to call you out this year. We ain't losing no money on VSA Sports Network. Technical difficulties, static, it don't matter. We bring in grease. You go to the Houston Texans side. Again, Ronnie B, Las Vegas, JBTheTicket.com, Chief Handicapper. We know Troy wins. He went ahead and told you he likes Indianapolis. When you look at it from a defensive side, though, the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans, their new head coach, he's been able to put them on a path to winning success with a first-year quarterback, first-year head coach. They've got a better record than our hometown Vegas Raiders. And that's not to knock on my guys over there in the silver and black at Allegiant. I'm just saying football is football. And when you talk about playoff implications, two teams with a similar record, since he's already opened it up here, we'll make this one the one free pick of the day. Again, JBTheTicket.com. If you go to our website and sign up with the free email, you'll get a free pick. I'll make this one a free pick today. I'm also liking the Indianapolis Colts here just simply because they are the home dog. When you got a home dog in a position to make the playoffs, they've already beaten the Raiders, who came in with a pretty staunch defense last week. So the Houston Texans, they can get into some offensive lulls. We saw them make some mistakes with the Atlanta Falcons back around about week 9 or so. But Ronnie B, your thoughts? I know you've got a specific pick on the total on the website, but go ahead.
You know, I do, and I'm glad we're going to give it out here because I got a really strong stat here. And I like this game for the Week 18 to be so competitive and necessary for both teams. It makes it exciting to watch this game instead of ho-hum. But the Texans on the road in the first half are 7-0 to the under. So my first half bet is going to be the Texans under, Colts total under 23.5, I think it is right now.
There you go, Ron. Third down best bets. Go ahead with that. Ronnie B says under. My main man Troy wins. Troy West, TroyWins.com. He likes the Colts outright. What are your thoughts on this one? Go ahead.
I like the under as well. I think Houston has a really good passing attack. I think they're very, very complete. And Indianapolis gives up a lot of completion percentage. I think it's like 46% percentage. CJ Stroud's at like 57%. So I don't like that combination. I don't like Will Anderson chasing Gardner Minshew around. I'm going to go with Houston.
He likes the Houston Texans. Now, again, guys, since this is the one a free pick today, again, you guys get over to my website, jbtheticket.com, VegasScoreboardExpress.com, and, of course, TroyWins.com to pick up his picks. Guys, when we get back from the short commercial break, I want you to stay on the line with me, both of you here, because we're going to talk a little bit more about this game, because the way that we have seen the NFL go this year, backups versus starters, that's another theme today. We want to talk a little bit about the national championship coming in Monday. There's two dynamic quarterbacks that are going to be on the field, and I think there's going to be some implications today as well for draft position. So you guys keep it locked here. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, 107.1 FM, AM 1400, waking you up early in the morning now each and every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. My main man Troy West from TroyWins.com. Any quick shout-outs before we take this short commercial break? Go ahead, brother.
Thanks, JB. Hey, seriously, get to my Instagram at It's Troy West. Everything's documented. We're on absolute fire right now in the NBA. College basketball, we've been great. Hockey, we've been great. Get to my website, TroyWins.com. Happy to give you a free pick. But get to my Instagram. Everything's documented there at It's Troy West on Instagram.
It's Troy West on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Follow my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets at Raider Hawk 1. And, of course, you can still find my man, Ronnie B. Las Vegas at jbtheticket.com. When I get back from this short commercial break, people, more grease, breaking it down, college football, national championship, Monday, draft implications, giving you early tickets to put cash in your pocket. Shout out to my main man, Lee Ernstein. He's tuned in this morning, KSHP 107.1 FM, AM 1400. He made the promise that if I change the time, he'd get on the line, and he's there. So you guys get there with me. It's time to get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard, giving you that grease. Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
The National Atomic Testing Museum is a national science, history, and educational institution that tells the story of America's nuclear weapons testing program at the Nevada test site. Located at 755 East Flamingo Road, just east of Paradise, the museum offers immersive, interactive experts for guests of all ages. The museum is Smithsonian certified and open 7 days a week. For more information, visit nationalatomictestingmuseum.org. That's nationalatomictestingmuseum.org.
You're tuned into the PSX Digital Sports Network.
Yo. You're in the mix.
World's finest, man.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball.
That's right. I'm back on the line with you, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Got a full board today at the big board. My main man, Troy West from TroyWins.com, Ronnie B, JBTheTicket.com, and, of course, Ron, Third Down Best Bets from JBTheTicket.com, Vegas Scoreboard Express, contributor and co-host. So glad to have you guys back on the line with me this morning, jumping into some college football talk. We gave you out the free pick, the Houston-Indianapolis game. If you guys missed it, you got to go to the website and pick it up, JBTheTicket.com and TroyWins.com. So, again, guys, thank you so much for being back on the show with me this morning, the first show of 2024. I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're locking and loading. 8 to 9 a.m., guys, out there in Radio Land, Las Vegas. You're listening. You want to get the picks. You got to go to the website this year to get paid. Also, follow the show on Instagram at JB The Ticket. You can also catch me on Spotify, TuneIn, LinkedIn. You can get me over on iHeartRadio. We're iHeartRadio official. Been that way for many years now. So anywhere you want to find us, you can get the picks. And after about 30 minutes, when this live show goes off the air, you'll be able to get the podcast version and still get the same type of grease. So talking a little bit of college football, the national championship is coming up on Monday. Shout out my main man, Dr. Steve, over at Michigan. Picked up that doctorate, neuroscientist, but a big-time Michigan sports fan. Rotation number 288. This is an early play. Not going to give out the play on this one, guys. We're just going to talk about it. It's college football. Some draft implications here. Washington, the Huskies up in Troy wins. Troy West country up there. Number 2 in the nation. Rotation number 287. 4.5-point underdog. So there is some value there. Michigan, there's also value at 4.5. Kind of a dead number. We don't like to see the 4 in the hook. This isn't basketball, people. It's football. So that's a full touchdown. But when you look at the total here, 56.5. Woo, that's pretty high total, man. And when you talk about two teams that can play defense, but also put up some points, as you saw over the past few weeks, to get these two teams in the position to make this game happen. College Football National Championship presented by AT&T, live on Fubo TV. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Hello/me. I've been hooking you guys up for a year. Sign up and get it, okay? You can watch the game for free. Troy wins. I'm going to throw this one at you. You're representing the Washington Huskies here today. I know we're not giving a side, but let's just talk a little bit about the magical season that the Washington Huskies have had. There is no question that we have the two best teams in college football playing in this game. 14-0. 14-0. You got Washington 5-0 on the road. Michigan 7-0 on the road. Pretty similar against the spreads, though, at 7-6, 8-5 for Michigan. 10-0 in the last 10, though. So, again, there's no dog in this game. There are no fleas. There are no doggy treats to be had. Washington, talk to me about some of the things you saw this season up in Seattle, because they have came out of nowhere. They dominated the college football landscape. Again, shout out to Michael Penix Jr., transfer from Indiana. Some people are projecting him as like a third-round pick, though. I don't know what that's about. NFL's got a lot of quarterback openings. Go ahead, Troy West.
Yeah, I mean, Washington, without a doubt, they've flown under the radar all year long. And, you know, JP, people just do not give the Pac-12 credit. I mean, this is an outstanding football conference. Washington's got wins on this year against Utah, Arizona, USC, 2 against Oregon, Oregon State, Colorado. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and who they've beaten this year. Michigan, they just haven't been battle tested this year, JB. And here's a stat for you. Michigan saw 2 offenses this year in the top 50. One was Ohio State at number 47, and one was UNLV, your Vegas team, at number 44. So they've seen 2 offenses in the top 50. What are they going to go do when they see the number 1 offense in college football? That's Washington. It's hard to. They're going to have a real tough time with this pass attack. It's going to be a heck of a game. I'm excited. 2 different contrasts. Michigan likes to pound the rock and get Blake Corum in the game. And you're going to see Penix throw the ball 40, 45, 50 times. So
he's going to air it out for sure.
Really excited for this football game, JB.
I'm really excited, too. You guys got to get over to FuboTV.com/JB. That's where I'm going to be hooking you up with a free package to watch the game. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. And then you download the app, you sign in, boom, game is right there on their phone. You can take it there with you. I'm going to throw this one at you, Ronnie B., Las Vegas, because you like Michigan. You've liked Michigan since the Florida State debacle. J.J. McCarthy. When you talk about national quarterbacks who've gotten a lot of press, you've talked about Jordan Travis, Michael Penix, Bo Nix up in Oregon. You've even got a little bit of the Maivia kid here in UNLV, but I heard he's gone back to the transfer portal, people. Ron, third down, you'll talk about that in a little bit. It was mentioned a couple of weeks ago with Mark Hayes, but going back to Michigan and their quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, is he the guy that you think is going to end up kind of like some of these Georgia quarterbacks? And let me finish. If there's a possibility that Michigan wins the national championship, there's a possibility this kid might not get drafted. And here's the reason why. We've seen it over the past few years, man. Mac Jones, he was drafted kind of late. He hasn't really produced much in New England. And we've seen it also with the young man, Ron, third down. Who was the guy for quarterback last year? Georgia, not in the NFL, had some. Right, we can't even remember. So, again, J.J. McCarthy.
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett. Okay, thank you so much for that, Troy West. When you talk about it from that perspective, does J.J. McCarthy come into this game with no pressure? Is he just going to ball out and play for fun? Because no one's projecting him to go anywhere. Go ahead, Ronnie B.
Well, I think he's going to come out and play very strong. He's a very good quarterback. I don't think he's underrated. There's just so many good quarterbacks ahead of him right now, but he's thrown for 22 touchdowns. He's only got 4 picks. His percentage is about 74% completion. And, you know, he does what his team needs. He doesn't make mistakes, and he just makes sure the ball moves down the field. And the defense on the other side makes it happen for him. So I think he's going to play well, and I think he will get drafted. I don't think it's going to be a high draft, but somebody will pick him up just based on what Harbaugh can do for him.
Right. Now let's talk about that. Coach Harbaugh, there has been talk that he may move along upon a national championship win to the NFL. I was listening yesterday to one of our colleagues here on KSHP, main guy TC Martin. He was talking to a young man on his show that said the Raiders may want to look at Harbaugh as a possible head coach. Keep on Antonio Pierce as maybe head defensive coordinator. I'm not sure. With some of the things I've seen in Raiderland over the past couple of years, they got to do something. There was even talk maybe bringing in Marvin Harrison. There was even talk maybe bringing back Tony Dungy out of the press box. But back to Harbaugh. His brother is dominating over in Baltimore. We see that. They're on the line today. The Baltimore Ravens going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 468 is Baltimore Ravens rotation number. 467 for the Steelers. Got those picks on jbtheticket.com and troywins.com. But going back to this, Harbaugh, does he leave for the NFL? Win or lose? With the Carolina Panthers needing a head coach, with the New York Jets, New York Giants, there always is a possibility for change in New York. There's need of change here, even in Las Vegas and Raiderland. The question here is Harbaugh. Does he win this game, lose this game, and decide either way, I'm going to the NFL? Because at this point, whichever way he goes, he did get Michigan to the national championship. He promised he would get them there and get them there in the right fashion. Barring all the stuff about stealing signals and whatnot, they got there. They won the games they needed to win. Go ahead, Ronnie B.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm leaning that Harbaugh, if he wins the game, he's going to depart. If he loses the game, I think he'll come back. That's just my opinion, but there's so much speculation going on. But I think if he accomplishes the championship, I think he'll move on. He's done that in the past with different teams. When he's accomplished things, he's moved on. So that's my opinion. I think Harbaugh will be in the NFL if he wins the championship Monday night.
If he wins that championship Monday night, you guys can check that game out again, FuboTV.com. TroyWins.com. Troy West, throwing this one back at you. And then Ronnie B, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this. When you go into the NIL era, okay, we've seen so many quarterbacks, mainly quarterbacks, jump into this transfer portal, and they're kind of stacking themselves with depth chart. They're not going to be starters. I'm seeing a lot of quarterbacks. You know what I mean, Troy? They're going to teams where there's already a starter or a potential starter, and maybe one or two transfers may be coming in. How do you think this new quote-unquote college free agency is going to work out? Because when you go into the 12-team playoff next year, there's going to be some filler teams. There's going to be some teams that have to get sacrificed. And you guys know that's going to happen. Bingo! With the rearrangement of the Pac-12 being now the Pac-2, the dominance of college football is mostly east of the Mississippi now. In that 12-team playoff, do you think anyone from the West Coast will now, quote-unquote, be represented from a West Coast conference? Do we elevate the Mountain West? Do we elevate the Western Athletic Conference? What can be done to even out this 12 playoff spread? Because from what I'm seeing, based on the top 25 right now, if I was to pick 12 teams, no one from the mid-majors would even be getting in. And I wouldn't have James Madison either. They got sacrificed. Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it, JB. I hate the portal. I mean, you look at Tua even entered the portal now, so you've got another outstanding quarterback entering. But, you know, the problem, you know, the real losers here, too, are the high school kids. When you look at a team like Washington, who brought in Michael Penix, and now Dylan Morris, who's been the backup for the last 3 years, he's ready to take over. He transfers over to James Madison because in comes Will Rogers from Mississippi State. It's just going to be musical chairs every year. Guys like the good coaches out there, like the Harbaughs and the Kalen DeBoers and the Sabins, they're going to be able to go get a fifth-year senior every single year if they want to. So, you know, it really hurts recruiting. It hurts the high school kids that want to come in because they're going to get replaced every year. I hate it. I hate it for all reasons, JB.
Ron, third down, best bet. You've been chomping at the bit. Talk a little bit about this because, again, we started this conversation. You can go and look at the timestamps on those two shows. Shout out Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton, Defender of the Youth. Name, image, and likeness. Like I said before, hit Linwood Hard Rock Hamilton. They stole his image. Made a whole video game about it. Screwed him in court. Gave him some paper-thin lawyers. No buckles on the shoes. No ties on the neck. These kids are setting themselves up for a world of hit. And I'm telling you right now, when you look at it from the perspective of money, if you are a company, and not everyone has money. I know you heard here in Las Vegas, they got to raise some money for NIL. They got to raise money for NIL. So there's no really big, side corporations that are into the football. No big boosters here for this program. You see Maivia, the young man who led us to the bowl game, gave UNLV his first winning season in 1,000 years, whatever it may be. He's in the transfer portal. We were just talking about this.
Visiting USC this weekend.
You say he's visiting USC. Ron, third down, go ahead.
Yeah, he's visiting USC. I hope he comes back to UNLV. I really do. He had a great season. Team was looking really good, very competitive, and this is the NIL. It's really sad that it's going to break this up because who's next? Who's the next quarterback? I mean, he had such a good year for UNLV. He righted the ship.
Well, I'm telling you, you look at it, the quarterback position, you can't really say, well, he's a mid-major guy and he's looking to move up. Dude, Cal McCord jumped out of the whole situation over at Ohio State, and he was a winner. And guys that you may think would go to the NFL are now staying that extra year in college because there's some availability of cash. And I'm not knocking that. I think that's good. But I just think they're going about it the wrong way. Guys, if you don't know this, I spent 20 years on Wall Street. I was there for the mortgage meltdown, okay? I remember they were giving loans to anyone who could breathe. They were called stated. They were called CIVA, stated income, verified asset. All it was a loss waiting to happen to your books, and it took down the global economy. And you look at it from the same concept with this unregulated college football transfer thing. You don't see it in college basketball. You see it in college basketball, but you don't because nobody watches college basketball anymore. Just keeping it real. I tried to watch a game last night. I woke up a little bit late. I was like, guess the game is over. We'll check the score. But throw this one over to you, Ronnie B. The regulation of college football, the transfer portal, if it ends up like the old mortgage days, and you were around during that time as well, what if the market just crashes, okay? And it's just like, no more. We're not going to invest any more into these kids. We buy them out and we put them in a such and such university jersey, and then they're in a different jersey next year. And then we lose money because now we got all this promo stuff. We got bobbleheads, and this kid's not wearing the jersey anymore. Or these kids could end up like Linwood, Hard Rock, Hamilton, and they say, you might have transferred over to Utah. You played at USC last year, but guess what? You still got to wear your USC stuff in the commercials because we need our money back too. This is going to be a disaster. Go ahead, Ronnie B.
I agree with you. I was in the mortgage business back then, so I can associate with that analysis there. The NCAA has to step in and regulate this because it's a merry-go-round now, and it's all based on money and dollars. And where's the money and dollars going to come from, and when is it going to run out, and what teams and conferences are going to be disappearing from the programs? You might lose some football programs because of it. So I don't like it. I haven't heard anybody say they like it, so I'm hoping the NCAA steps in and puts some regulations on it.
And considering the NCAA was a 4-letter word many years ago, I'm telling you, they had more investigations than the FBI people. You would think they'd be getting on top of this. And again, the mortgage analogy makes a lot of sense because they're basically giving money to anyone who can breathe, anyone who has a stat above a losing record, even some kids with losing records. I mean, come on. Companies are going to wise up. Companies that create these deals are going to wise up because remember, the first thing they came after, they didn't come after the banks, Ronnie B. You remember they came after us brokers.
Yep.
You guys were the ones that were promoting these loans. We were like, you guys were the ones showing up in our office with your account executives telling us to sell them to people. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, my main man Troy West from TroyWins.com. Stay on the line with me here. We're going to be rocking and rolling with you guys for the next 10, 15 minutes before we get out of here, giving you some final ideas, telling you where you can get the plays at today. And again, tune in tomorrow for our NFL Day. Full slate of NFL picks and plays. We'll sprinkle in a few free money lines for you if you're not scared. JB the Ticket, Vegas ScoreboardExpress.com, giving you the grease. Ronnie B, Ron Third Down Best Bets when I get back from this short commercial break. Any one of you guys got a quick shout out? TroyWins.com. Go ahead. You can try first. We'll go from there.
Yeah, JB, again, go to my Instagram, @It's Troy West. Happy to give you a free play. Everything there is documented. We give out free picks. We give out prizes, all sorts of stuff. At It's Troy West on Instagram, TroyWins.com. On absolute fire right now, JB.
Bringing it to you, giving you grease, waking you up early in the morning, 8 to 9 a.m. now on KSHP 107.1 FM. When I come back from this short commercial break, people, we're going to finish it out and get you over to the sportsbook. Got to get your picks in for that NFL Saturday morning. And you got to make sure you get to our website, so make sure you get the picks that are going to win and put cash in your pocket. Got them from me, Ronnie B. Las Vegas, and Ron Third Down Best Bets, along with TroyWins.com for a little variety. Keep it locked here with me, JB the Ticket. We're getting money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease. It's time to wake up and win the weekend. You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket, giving you that grease. Join me every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time for the live action on Vegas Scoreboard Express on KSHP 107.1 FM and AM 1400. Dive into the game day with my in-depth analysis, expert predictions, and winning plays from the sharpest minds in sports betting. It's more than just placing bets. It's about securing wins. Head over to jbtheticket.com and be sure to tune in to KSHP this weekend from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time to ride the winning wave with VSX. Tune in and get your money back from the sports book. All money, all sports, no bull. Missed the live show? Subscribe to Vegas Scoreboard Express on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and wherever you enjoy your favorite podcast and radio listening.
You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. The Mix Master is live. Get ready.
Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you that grease.
JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. I'm back at you live, giving you a little bit of that shisha. Shout out to my main producer, Freak Fan Workham. He's been bringing you the grease here with the VSX Digital Sports Network for quite some few years now. Thank you so much for your contributions. Again, the new music from our friends over at Pixabay. You guys got to check out the producers we're going to have linked on the show notes. Begin, follow us on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Even got a few shows linked up on YouTube for you to get you where you want to be. On the line with me today, first show back in 2024, Ron Third Down Best Bets from VSX Digital Sports Network. He's the contributor and co-host. You can follow him on Instagram at RaiderHawk1. Finally got that up and running. I told you when he got here to the studio, we would get that fixed for you. Ronnie B, Chief Handicapper over at jbtheticket.com. You can pick out his picks on the website, jbtheticket.com. And, of course, Troy West from TroyWins.com to give you live free plays here each and every weekend. We're going to be trying to make sure that we lock you in now, Troy, not getting up so early in the morning, confusing folks. And wondering, hey, JB, what time your show come on, man? It come on a little bit too early for me. Now we're coming on right around that breakfast time. You can have your coffee. Oh, that's right. Go over to our sponsors, Coffee Brothers, VegasScoreboardExpress.com, the main show website. Click that link. You get 15% off some fabulous gourmet coffee. So, guys, we got about 5 minutes left here on the show. Want you guys to go around and break down some of your best plays, some ideas. You've got National Championship. Tell them where they can pick up those best plays, whether it's total, side. Where's the website? We know we gave it out. And then any quick shout outs to any of your friends, listeners out there. Thank you guys for all the new listeners this morning at this time slot. We're going to be getting it right, making sure the board is rocking with you again. We can talk over anything. Static is only because I'm bringing grease, spilling a lot of grease on the board today. Troy Wins from TroyWins.com, excuse me. Go ahead with your final best plays of the day, where they can find it, and we'll get out of here. Troy, you there?
I'm here, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, JB, looking forward to this National Championship game. Come to our website. We'll give you a play on this one. We've covered this Washington team all year long. We've got true insight on them. Even got a nice play on the total. So come take a look at TroyWins.com, JB.
TroyWins.com. Again, Troy West, thank you so much for stopping by the big board today. Really appreciate your contributions, everything that you brought to the show last year, even coming out here to Las Vegas, making sure that you were like, hey, JB's a real dude, man. He really puts this down, really goes to the sports book, and I appreciate you seeing that and bringing that grease back to Washington. Throwing this one at you, Ronnie B. I know you like to get to the casino live, sit down with the bettors, got your business cards ready to go. Where can they get your best play today? Go ahead.
I'll tell you what, you go to jbtheticket.com, Ronnie B., and I got a total that I'm going to give out on the championship game because you already said which way I'm leaning on the team and the side. But go there and I'll have a total for you.
Totals are where you can save money, people. Don't got to worry about losing the side. And again, my main man, Ron, Third Down Best Bets here in Las Vegas with me. Thank you so much, Ron, for your contributions. Finally getting out here in Las Vegas with us live in studio. This guy sitting over here with the biggest Cheshire cat grin on his face. He's like, I'm here, JB. I told you I was coming. Pause, making sure that he gets locked and loaded here at VSX Digital Networks, man. We're so glad to have you. Give out some of your new social media. Shout out a few folks, and then we're going to get out of here for the morning. Go ahead, brother.
Well, at Twitter, I'm at RaiderHawk001. Instagram, RaiderHawk1. Facebook, I'm just Ron Best. And I got to give some shouts to some people to help me get here. My super fan, Kayla, all my friends at the AM/PM crew, and Big Joe. He knows who he is. Thank you for helping me get here, man. You guys were all wonderful.
Thank you so much for helping Ron. Third Down Best Bets get here live to the studio, guys. So that's a wrap. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. We're out of here. Go to my website, jbtheticket.com, vegasscoreboardexpress.com, and of course follow me on the social medias. You can Google me, JB the Ticket, you'll be able to find it. That's it, people. The picks are out there. Get the website and get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JB the Ticket, giving you that grease.